Greetings and welcome back to the second part of my first taste of the game From the Depths. Now, I will be including a little annotation, so if you've missed the first part, you can hop over there now, where I cover basically the premise of the game. I go through one of the single-player storyline missions and just show a bit of the creative vehicle designer, going over the basics such as engine design, and also build a bit of a drill bot so that I can complete the first mission. But as I said in the first part, I actually really enjoy the campaign. This is the part of the game that I've spent the most time in, and as soon as multiplayer is out for this, it's probably going to be the only part of the game that I spent time in. Now, embark on a new campaign to overthrow the 8 faction houses of the planet Nita. You must first gather resources, fortify and build a fleet, then you can engage enemy forces, conquer the world, and hunt out new resource zones. That, in the nutshell, is the campaign. You can set the difficulty level here. We're going to leave it at experienced player. I have played with it a little bit higher, but it does make the initial part of the game a little bit more hectic, and you've got to be pretty fast on your feet and get things set up before your first attack arrives. So, so that I can talk about things, I'll leave it just at experienced player. So let's begin the campaign. Now, when you start a campaign, you will be given an initial floating fortress, and it's not particularly good, as you're about to see. So, this is my floating fortress. We've got all sorts of things signposted, just so people can understand what's going on. But the first thing you're probably going to be aware of is that growling coming from the engine there. It is working very hard, bless it. And if you look at the bottom right, again, I cover the interface a bit in the first part of this first taste, but in the bottom right, we can see the engine. There's barely any power remaining from the engine, and that, in part, is because we've got oil rigs working right now, gathering oil. We've got a fuel processing plant. It's turning our oil into fuel, which is getting stored here. We do not have ammo manufacture, but we have plenty of ammo there. Later on, we are going to be building somewhere that'll convert metal into ammo. We also have various things down here at the dock area. Now, I'm going to be doing a fairly quick job of just showing you what's at the fortress before I start actually building and changing things. Over here, we have a vehicle spawner and builder. Again, you can spawn vehicles that you built in the single player. Ooh. Oh, actually, that isn't bad things exploding. That's my resource drills digging into the stuff that it's pulling up. But you can spawn vehicles that you made in the creative builder, but they will cost the correct amount of resources. So you are going to need that here. We've got the vehicle scrapper. You'll get back resources from vehicles that you break down. We've also got a sort of dock here. This is like a tractor beam tether station, and repair arms, which will fix the vehicles if they've been damaged, or repair tentacles as they are correctly called. Over here we have resource gathering. These are drills using lasers. These use quite a lot of power. Now, whatever resources are in the region, as long as we're within the area of this large ring that you can see up there, that shows us the resource gathering zone. As long as our structure with the resource gathering tools is within this zone, then it will gather resources. The oil over there, the engine over here. We also have a gun up there. Now, I will be spending time going over how to build the guns, because that is a custom designed object. Also, down here, and this is the main reason why that engine is going crazy, is we have fortress thrusters. Now, these are very different from other types of thrusters. In fact, you can only have them on floating fortresses. But they keep the fortress afloat. Although it isn't immediately obvious, it looks like we're floating on the surface of the water. We are, in fact, not. We're floating just above it. And these use more power the higher the altitude we try to keep the fortress at. Right now, if we try to move it at all, the fortress would probably start to blow up, because when you don't have enough power for the altitude that your thrusters are trying to maintain, rather than lose altitude, the fortress loses mass. It will literally tear itself apart trying to maintain the altitude you've told it to maintain. Eventually, something in the engine will blow up, and then all sorts of shenanigans go on. So, with all of that out of the way, let us get to fixing this engine, because right now, it is not in a good way. I went over the basics of engine design in the first part, so much of this should be familiar to you. Right now, if we look at the engine, we will see that it's going through its oil fairly quickly. The current usage is between 101 and 106. The maximum power is 227. So we're quite close to the maximum point of our power. As you can see, along the crankshaft we have plenty of cylinders that are built into it, and carburetors, which are in a fairly good position for each of these to give it maximum adjacency. We have internal fuel storages, we have superchargers on the carburetors, but one thing we do not yet have are exhausts for the cylinders. So let's get those built up, and that may actually fix our problem. Again, I'm going to use the mirror tool so that I can just place the exhausts on either side fairly easily. So there's 1, 2, and as you can hear, as the capacity of the engine goes up, it becomes less stressed trying to supply the power that's being demanded by the rest of the fortress. So there we go. It's a nice purr now instead of a stressed growl. We are also actually going to add some more superchargers. And you'll notice that as I'm placing these, I am losing some of my resources. It's not free to do, much like it is in the creative mode. But there we go. So now our new engine has a maximum power output of 595. So that's much, much better. At this point, I could probably afford to add some more resource gatherers, but we're going to hold off on that for now. I'm going to show you the campaign map. Now we have 9 main regions, and in each region it's got a different name. Some of them don't have dialogues for them. Again, in an alpha game, so there are going to be a lot of placeholders, but they'll tell you roughly what the kind of landmass or what kind of environment you're going to expect there. In each one, you will see there'll be a different house controlling each one. So this one is controlled by the Deepwater Guard. They have a fortress currently of strength 15. That will get stronger as time goes on. It has a strength 20 fleet going to capture new territory. If we go back, we will find a different house in each zone. This is the main zone for the Onyx Watch Fortress, and they're currently patrolling their territories, and so on and so forth. We are currently in Eriwick, sorry, I should say. And this is also primarily controlled by the Deepwater Guard. We are neighboring 2 areas which are controlled by Deepwater, one with a strength 3 fleet and one with a strength 2. This one has more resources. Now, when you build your fortress, you can build multiple of them in different regions where you see resources, and you can set them up as resource outposts. The resources will deplete. They'll start with large icons, and the icons will get smaller as less resources are present in the zone, but they do regenerate in zones which have them. This zone, for example, has no resources. It will never have any resources. This one does. It has natural there, scrap, metal, and oil. More or less the same that we have here. Some of them will also have crystal. There are trace amounts of crystal here. You will occasionally get some, but realistically, we're not going to get any crystal in these 2 areas, at least not reliably enough to count on it. So our main source of crystal to begin with is going to be from killing enemies. But as we can see, these are depleting, and eventually they will be tiny little icons, but they will always be a little bit there. We do want to get over there fairly soon, though. Now, for the time being, considering we are depleting this zone a little bit faster than it's regenerating, I'm not going to build any more resource gatherers. We're instead going to focus on this gun up here. Now, the moment I got close to this gun, it started to rotate to follow where I'm looking. It's trying to aim at my crosshair. You hold control to fire. It's very inaccurate, as you can see. It's kind of crap, in fact. It's a very small gun at the moment, not a very high gauge, not a very long barrel, so it's not going to be very accurate. It only has regular ammo and not very much of that as well. If we look here, we can see the specifics about the gun. Its reload time is 1 shot every 1.69 seconds. It does 160 kinetic damage, no explosive damage, and the shots have an armor-piercing range of 3. It has 595 ammo in 3 boxes. Now, this is its local supply. Much like engines, you can build the local fuel tanks on it and it improves it. The gun has local ammo, so in times of peace, it'll just fill these local supply boxes of ammo from the main ammo supply of your vessel. And then when the fight starts, it'll deplete the ammo locally first. When it runs out, it's going to have a very long time, because it takes time to move ammo from your ammo stockpile on the fortress to the gun. So you really don't want to be just running from the ammo on the fort. try to have as much in the local supply as you possibly can. This reloader here allows it to reload a little bit faster, but I'll go over all of that in just a moment. So what we're going to do is we're going to enter building mode, but a word about that. If I were to enter building mode right now, like this, I could build blocks anywhere I particularly wanted to, but this would not affect the gun. I cannot build parts on a gun unless I specifically start on the gun. For example, if I was building from scratch, then I would put the first block of the gun down, and then from that point on, I would be specifically building on the gun. Then I would finish, and if I wanted to make an adjustment, I have to tell the game that I'm specifically adjusting an existing weapon. And that is what I do by looking at it and then pressing B. And as you'll notice, I'll kind of focus in on the gun itself. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to delete most of this, because it's a pretty bad gun, honestly. Get rid of that, get rid of this as well. In fact, we're going to get rid of the whole gun. Now, what I'm going to do instead, I would like some blocks. We're going to make a platform, because I would like a two-barreled gun on this turret, all controlled by the same turret. Well, actually, that might be a little bit ambitious for the resources we have at the moment. But what I will do is I'm going to make some light alloy blocks. I'm going to place down a mirror there so that I can place them. We go across, and there we go. So we make a little platform for our gun to sit on. Next, we actually need to go to the custom cannons menu. Now, the firing piece is the most important part of the gun. Attach all barrels in front and ammo boxes and all other components on the sides or top. There are lots of things here. You can make lasers, because this is basically laser cannons and projectile cannons come under the same heading. We're going to want a firing piece, so we'll place that there. And I am running against the clock a little bit, because there are going to be enemy fleets on their way. Now, there are many different types of barrel. You've got a regular barrel, belongs directly in front of the firing piece. It gives a modifier to accuracy, kinetic damage, muzzle velocity, recoil modifier. You can have a recoil suppression barrel, which reduces, which has a reduction on the recoil. As you can see, the regular one has 1.1. This one has 0.7. But it does reduce the firing angle. You have a flash suppression barrel. This block will reduce the muzzle flash and the visibility of the shot, giving an element of surprise. I've not really found that particularly useful in terms of fighting against the enemy, in the AI at least. Perhaps against humans it would, and perhaps against the AI it does actually have a function, but I've just not really used it too much. The motor-driven barrel, these barrel segments, when placed directly in front of the firing piece, will increase the arc of fire of the weapon, so we're going to want a couple of these first. That will allow us to pitch and rotate the barrel separately of the turret mounting itself. We've got the elevation barrel. These segments, when placed directly in front of the firing piece, will increase the arc of fire of the weapon in the vertical. So that would be pretty good for an AA turret, kind of your traditional style AA turret. And then we've got the gauge increase. These blocks can be connected to the connectors. It is not actually part of the barrel, but it affects the barrel, so that's why I'm talking about it now. But you build this off other parts of the firing piece. Now, when you place these down, it increases the gauge of the barrel. So we're going to start out with a fairly simple design. We're going to go for a motor-driven barrel. So we're going to give this weapon a little bit of a better ability to shoot. And as you can see, that's the size of our barrel right now. We'll go with that. We'll just make a small gun for now. And then 3 regular barrels on the end. You'll notice that the size of the barrels was changing, and that comes from the gauge increase. Right now it's a very low, small gauge weapon. Now, what we would like to do is build off this. We can't build off the back. We want to build off the sides. So we're going to make a couple of these. These are 6-way connectors. And we'll have one going up there, and then a few coming back. So these are the basic building blocks that we're going to be able to build everything else off of. You've got different shaped connectors. I believe there's a 5-way connector as well. Front and back connector, up and down connector, and then 6-way connector. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is, because this has one of the more noticeable effects, I'm going to place down 2 gauge increases. And as you can see, the barrel gauge has increased. And we'll put in a 3rd one there now. So that's a little bit of a more powerful weapon now. Next, I would like some auto loaders. This remarkable autoloader reduces the reload time for each ammo box that is attached to it. Place it on the firing piece or on a connector. It accepts 3 ammo boxes. It also acts as a mount for warheads. So what we are going to want to do actually is pull these back a little bit, because I want these autoloaders placed up here and running along the back there. So now, reducing reload time by 1. So the reload time on this weapon should actually be quite a lot better. It fires... where is it? Reload time is 9.13. It's not particularly good right now. What we want to do is add ammo boxes. The ammo box is necessary to fire the weapon. Add a few for sustained or fast firing. Each box loads ammo from the Constructable's ammo supply. So we want a couple of these. We're not going to place them there. I've got something special in mind there. So we're going to have quite a lot of ammo boxes on this weapon. So there we go. This should have a fair bit of ammo capacity now. The reload time is 0.29. As the weapon stands, it is a massive improvement over the original. And I'll give a quick demonstration. By the way, because I'm near it, it's trying to track, because this weapon is set to the all weapon configuration. If I go in here, if I modify the weapon, I can choose which control group it's going to be part of. I'm going to make it control group 1. We can also adjust some things here as well for the turret GUI, but I'm not going to get into that because it's a bit complicated to start with. So right now, I'm on control group 5432. I don't think that actually went through, did it? Is this on control group 1? Well, it should be on control group 1. That's interesting. Oh no, there we are. It is on control group 1. There we are. Right, so this is following around, and if I could hold control now... oh, not going to fire? Let's go back down to all. Oh, there we are. Oh, that's right, the turret is on control group 1, but the gun is not on the same control group. But as you can see, we've made an enormous difference to the firing speed of this weapon. There we go. We want the gun on control group 1. There we are. Fantastic. So this way, you could have a turret with multiple weapons on it, and the weapons themselves would be on different control groups. But right now, this is just a gun. And it's not a particularly easy to aim gun either. So what we're going to do, we're going to go back into build mode. There we are. The turret is going to realign. Now, there are a few other things we want. We want a predictor. This remarkable piece of technology displays approximate fall of the shot. That is extremely important. And I actually like to have 3 of them. I like to kind of have a bit of a triangulation of my predictors. So 1 there and 1 there. Now, when I come out of that, we will see 3 prediction lines. Now, my shot is not really going to follow these right now because it's still a hugely inaccurate weapon, but it gives me a bit more of an idea, especially useful for hitting very distant targets, at least on a clear day. The weather effects really affect this game. It is much, much harder to fight something if there's fog all over the place, as you might imagine. Right, there are some more pieces that we want to add. The main thing we want are warheads. Now, explosive warheads, this block will add explosive damage to shells at a rate of 1 every 5 seconds. Add more to increase both explosive damage and the attack rate. Or the attach rate. We don't have enough for that, really. What does it need? Oh, it needs 10 crystals. Ah, damn. Okay. Well, armor-piercing warheads then. This block will add armor-piercing to the warhead, again, every 5 seconds. So, 1 shot every 5 seconds will have armor-piercing. By adding more of these, we will increase the damage bonus, the armor-piercing bonus, and the attach rate. We're going to place... we'll place 2 on that side, and then we'll reserve these for explosive ones. Now, if we go ahead... so, 2 shots every 5 seconds will be armor-piercing. So, if we fire now, we'll see occasionally blue shots will come out. A little bit harder to see. There we are. If I were to shoot at my own ship, yes, I could damage it. I will demonstrate. Oops. Damn it, stupid. I wanted to blow up the wood, not like the things down there. Let me go and double check. Did I smash anything? No. Okay, that's lucky. But I was just trying to blow up the wood, but then it rebounded. I thought it had hit one of my oil rigs. Right, I don't want you following me around anymore. I will leave you like this. You are a good enough weapon to take out the initial waves that we might see. Let's actually check. Is anyone on their way? Yes, we've got someone inbound. Gives us a little bit more time. The next thing we want to work on is the engine. This is, as you can tell, very, very poorly protected right now. It's just got wood around it. So we want to add some armor to this place. And let's actually have a look at blocks. We could go with metal for this one, because it won't matter if this is light or not. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of these, and we're gonna have metal beams, I think. Let's go there. There we are, right. And we also want this mirrored, so let me place the mirror section there. There we go. Right, 1. Now, unfortunately, this will pull me down each time I do it, and we want to come back 1. There we go. 2. Right, that's giving us a little bit of a window now that will help us protect our engine. We also want these side windows protected. So let's do the same over on here. I am actually going to have glass in part of this, though, so that I can see out when I'm working on the engine itself. Let's also add a bit more protection here, I think. There we go. And there we go there. Right, what we'll get now is just metal blocks. We'll have one there, there, there. We'll also have one there. Properly encase this in protective sheets of metal. Want some windows though, so I can see through. And we'll place these. Now, you've got to kind of face the way you want the windows to be looked through, because if I place it like that, you'll notice it puts the frame in the wrong place. It's a bit of an annoyance, but it's easy to build around for the most part. Actually, I could, because that's got a boundary, sorry, use the fill command. There we go. Has it got glass on the other side? It looks like I may have run out of materials. No, I haven't. Okay. Maybe it doesn't mirror. But there we go. We have now placed plenty of glass. So we've got a little window around our area in there, and I'm just going to seal off this part as well. There we go. We'll leave that little section down there. There are doors as well you can place. I forget where they are, though. Let me have a quick look. Miscellaneous. Pairbot standard door. Yes, that's what we want. We want a door about there. That'll do. And place some extra metal. Okay, so we have ourselves, more or less, a protected area, but we do want to place something on the roof as well. So let's get that all filled out. We have just used up the majority of my metal. And we've also made our fortress significantly heavier, so if we wanted to maintain any kind of specific height above the landscape, that's going to be a little bit harder. We're not going to protect this part. There's nothing particularly in there that we need to keep safe. We will eventually build on it, though. Over here, I would actually like this area protected, so let's go ahead and... Okay, that isn't going to work. I will have to use regular wood for that. We'll put a ceiling on this. I also want to turn off the mirror. I can't get rid of it. Oh, you just hold it down for long enough and it will actually go away. But if you just tap it, it'll move the mirror. There we go. Get that sealed off. And right now, I'm focusing on just getting the fortress to the point where it can defend itself. Some people will tend to work on this vessel instead and make a seaworthy vessel they can go out and fight with. Personally, the first wave is always a little bit of a tricky one. I prefer to make the fortress pretty robust and actually give it a better weapon rather than working on the vessels that we might use to go out and fight with. Though that is something you do want to look at later on. And certainly that's the best way of going out and interacting with other regions. Oh, what a lovely clear night it is. Right, I want to do 1 or 2 more things to you since I've got the time. Let's go ahead and increase this barrel a bit. Let's get up there, go for custom cannons. We would like a barrel. Right, I'm going to extend that barrel a little bit. So this is a pretty beastie gun now. We can go ahead and add another gauge increase, I think. Yeah, I would actually like to do that. We've got enough metal right now. So the gauge on this gun now, this is a worthy weapon for a fortress, in my opinion. We are going to use light alloy blocks, though, to armor it. I think it's pretty important that we don't neglect that. So let's place the mirror line and then build some armor up around the weapon itself. I'm going to leave that little bit visible, but let's bring this down here. Oop, we have run out of resources. Damn it. Yeah, we're out of metal now. Okay, well that is just going to have to do. It will protect us a little bit from the front. In fact, I guess I could just go ahead and use wood blocks for now. It's not ideal, but it will help. Also, where are the other predictors? Have I built around them? I have built around them. No, so leave me. We'll place that predictor there. We need, obviously, for that line to be drawn, I kind of need it to be visible. And we'll build up toward this predictor there, and we'll build along the top a little bit. I don't intend to build out more than this, and I don't intend to fortify the back, because I don't feel that the turret is going to be facing the back too much. This now looks like a rather ugly turret, if you ask me, and that is true. I am sorry. I'm sorry I've made you ugly turret. I really do apologize. Actually, we'll remove those. There we go. That'll do for now, I guess. There we are. And we can build off the back a little bit later, but for now, this will protect the weapon from attacks by the enemies. Right, let's exit build mode. How close are the enemy? They are really close. We're going to be saying hello to them shortly. We may actually have enough time to play around with this boat now, but we've got very few resources, unfortunately. It's got a tiny little engine, but I think we may be able to do something with it. First and foremost, what kind of keel have we got? We've got a fairly weighty keel at the front there. Let's add a little bit more at the back, though. Balance it out a bit more. I would also like this wood block to give me more positions for propellers. Now, the thing with building is when you're on a different vehicle, your building will focus on that vehicle. It understands where you are and what you're trying to do, which is actually really, really useful. There we go. Now we'll just add a few more propellers. That'll actually give us a fair bit of ability to move around. Now, I would like some wooden beams, I think. And if we place those... yeah, that'll do. We may actually start seeing... I'm keeping an eye out for enemies nearby, because they will just open fire on my fortress, and if I'm not there to try and help my fort, then my fort will not be having a very good day. There we go, and we'll give a bit of a front there. Now I'm going to go ahead with the most basic of basic weapons, the ram. I'm going to cover the front of this ship. Oh, boat, I think ship is a little bit too grand to call this. But we're going to cover this in rams. There we go. There we are. We have no more money. So at a push, I could take this out and just ram people. It has thrusters on the sides as well, which is actually quite interesting. That would be really useful for steering purposes, obviously. So let's go ahead, exit building mode. Well, can we steer it from over there? Yeah, we can. Has no fuel, though. That is a bit of a pain. Let's see about that. We want fuel tank storage. Oh, damn it. How much do we need? It needs 15 metal. Okay, that's easy enough to fix. That should give us enough for 2, and that should be all we need. We're not going to have any ammo on this vessel, but we should be good for motion now. So, am I anchored? Yes, I am. Let's bring out the cannon a bit. Ooh, there's the enemy. Okay, well, we're not going to take out this little vessel. We're going to jump back over to my fortress and try and help it. Oh, missed. Don't sink. I need to be up by the gun. Come here, gun. You must take on the enemies. In fact, I'm going to sit on the gun. This is not advisable. I strongly urge you not to do this. Right. Where are you? Can we get you? You know what? Actually, it really isn't advisable to sit on the gun because you all of a sudden can't aim it properly. Let's get close so that I can actually control the gun. There we go. Because the gun, when I'm stood on the turret, I'm going to be moving with the turret. Let's see. Can we hit it from there? We might do. Can't quite tell. Let me bring my camera out. It'll be a little bit easier for me to see then. And there we go. Now that little kind of ping effect are the AI on those boats using radar to try and find us. Are we going to be able to hit it at all? Oh, the inaccuracy and recoil on this weapon is terrible. I need to make it heavier. Okay, well, it looks like we may be waiting on it getting a little bit closer first. Oh, it's trying to predict us. It'll probably start firing now. We can see shots coming through. That is not good times. Right, okay, well, let's go back to my line of sight here. Ooh, bouncing off my armor. I'm very glad I placed that. Now, I think this is roughly in the right direction. It would take quite a lot of firepower to break through. It looks like we hit something there, exploded. To break through the metal armor we've got, but the wood is getting smashed, as we can hear. Now we've got two of them. We can see some experience orbs coming along, and that will also be resources, which is really important because that's how we're going to get most of the crystals earlier on. Right, I've consumed all of the weapons that our cannon had to start with. Damn it, you're breaking my boat. I disapprove. Let's wait for you to get in a little bit closer. Oh, really? Fog right now? Their radars don't have any trouble at shooting me. I have a lot of trouble at seeing them at all now. My windows! You swines. Alright, okay. I think I may need to take out... if only I had an AI I could leave and this turret would continue firing for me. But, alas, I lack one. My boat! Right, I can't see a bloody thing. So, this is... It is a time to take out my little ram ship. Let us hope that it is up to the task. There we go. Thank you, Rocket Legs. Right, I'm going to pull my camera out just a little bit, anchor it, and let us be off. We must do damage to the enemy. No? No, my engine. Why is my engine not running? Oh, is the engine not built properly? What is this? This is a battery charger, electric engine. I actually haven't used electric engines at all. I thought it was a real one. Well, I guess it is a real one. It's an electric one, but... well, that's crap. My base! I'm coming back, my base. Please don't die. I need you. My repair tentacles are trying to help. I really need to be able to see the end. Ah, there we are. You're really close now. Fire all of the guns! Do damage! That's what I like to see. Green experience orbs showing me that I am actually doing an appreciable amount of damage to the enemy. Let's see if we can't focus on his gun, though. I want that to be removed. No, we still haven't taken it out. There we go. I have broken his gun off. That is one threat dealt with. Now we want to try and take out the second one for the same reason. Then we can finish off what's left of the ship once we're not getting shot by it. Ah, that was my shot. Bloody rebounding armor-piercing shots. And a menace. Fire. Damn it. Right, well, you're aiming straight at me, so let's see if I can't hit your gun. Nope. And no again. Over here. Aim for the anchor point below. There we go. That is one gun disarmed. And it is a little bit hard to see right now. I'm going to move into a position which will give me a little bit of a better accuracy against this, I hope. I think I may have just... Oh, I took out part of his gun. I didn't take it all out, though. Are you ramming my ship? You are ramming my ship. They heard me talking about my ram ship. They got funny ideas. Alright, that's... Oh, that was good. I rebounded onto his friend. And that blew up the rest of his gun. Okay, fantastic. Let's try and do some serious damage here. If we can split the ship in half, we win, basically. But I'm going to focus on its engine. If I can. I can't see because my turret is in my face. Stupid turret. Let me jump over here. There we go. That's a little bit easier. Have I got control? Yes, I do. Fire! There we are. Proper carnage. Well, not really, but the best sort of carnage that I can do right now. We've taken a fair pounding on our ship, but we've got 20 crystals now, and that is fantastic because we can actually grow crystals. As long as we have some to begin with, we can make more. Right, we've taken out his engine. He's not getting away. I want to stop the others because I actually really want to salvage them completely if I can. There we go. No. You can't run away now that you realize it's a losing battle. That's not how it works, you cowards. Ah, my fire rate, or rather my ammo production rate, is quite bad. Where's your friend? Your friend has run into my ship and is now stuck. Very well. I accept. Think that may have completely buggered up whatever engine he had left, I think. You can see the kind of red and blue sparkles show what the ship was like before it got completely destroyed. Ha ha! There we are. Done enough damage. That will be a lot of resources for me. As long as I can disconnect the ship from its AI, then pretty much I win, I think. I think that's the most important part that I need to break. So I'm just going to keep firing into the belly of the ship for now. Okay, we've gone right through. So, my own ship. We are running low on ammo too. I'm going to need to build some ammo fabricators pretty soon, I think, if I want to keep fighting. Well, the other ship is almost there now. Let's come back around again. Ah, there's the ammo we want. Ha-ha! Right, now I know where you are storing your ammo supplies. I will target that specifically. Let's see. Now, these ships have all been designed by... ooh, what on earth was going on there? Oh, he's basically ramming my ship. So my repair tentacles were trying to fix it. But all of these ships were designed either by the creator or by members of the community and were added to the game. You can download lots of different designs through the Steam Workshop, which is pretty awesome. And there we go. We have killed all 3 aggressors, and I am very, very happy with that. Though that has only really showcased how building a cannon works, and I want to get a little bit more done before I wrap up this part of the first taste. In fact, now that we've got crystals, I feel confident in setting up an AI control down here. But I would rather it be somewhere... You know what? Stop spazzing out, silly turret. Let me try and fit that down here somewhere. Now, let's go to AI. Here we are. Now, the first thing you want for an AI is an AI mainframe. You can make wireless AI or wired AI, and I'm going to make wired AI because it's a lot cheaper. We'll place the where is the turret? The turret is directly there. So if I place that there, then if I go up and replace the block directly underneath there, we will be able to have that controlled by a weapon control. But the first thing we want to do with the AI mainframe, that's the core of the AI. We then want card slots. So we want an AI card slot left and right. And we'll build that there, and that will allow us to fit AI cards. We want, let's have a look. Target aim point selection. This card will select the vulnerable points on a constructible for targeting via the local weapon controllers. We want one of those. We also want tracker target association. This card can be inserted into a card slot and will allow clever assignment of targets to tracker. Targets with the highest priority go first and are given only to trackers that can see them. I'm not sure about that one actually. We've got aim point selection, target prioritization. This card can be inserted into a card slot and will allow prioritization of certain targets as both the primary target of the AI mainframe and the weapon system. No, we will go with tracker target association actually. Next, we will have one more card slot coming out right behind the AI mainframe, and we would like that to be a card fortress AI. Now, this card can be inserted into a card slot and will program basic fortress controls. It will turn to face targets and move into resource gather zones by itself, which is absolutely fantastic and what we need. Now, what we would like is a connection, local weapon controller. This controller will fire weapons and turrets connected on any of its 6 directions, with a range of 2 blocks, i.e. 2 blocks are checked for weapons as long as targets have been detected and or tracked by the associated mainframe to control the rotation of a turret as well as the weapons on the turret. Place this on the main vehicle next to the turret below, or below it. So it can, it has a range of 2 blocks, so all we need to do then is place it there. And we're going to do that. Next we want a connector, a build conduit. This conduit allows you to build on any vehicle with a friendly... no, that's not what we want. That allows me to put that on another friendly vehicle and then I can control it basically from afar. Where is... Let's have a look. Ah, there we are. 6-way connector. We want to replace the tile underneath our weapons control. Like that. There we go. So that has brought down the connection there, and now I've connected it to the AI. If we go over to the weapon controller, it should... No? Has that been moved? Ah, I see. I deleted it. That was silly of me. Right, okay. Let's sync down. And then we want the local weapon controller. We built it there. Unfortunately, the other one got disconnected, so now it's glitching for a little bit, but it will eventually just despawn. Right, so the controller now will tell us if it's connected to something. It's connected to the mainframe, and it's controlling one weapon. What we want to do is we want to add a failsafe first and foremost. This component can be attached to any local weapon controller and will make sure, to the best of its ability, that the weapon has a clear line of fire to the target before firing. The aim of this component is to reduce friendly fire against parts of your own vehicles. We want one of these. Quite a lot, in fact. There we go. That is now connected. Furthermore, we want detector 360 degrees. We could build that. Or a radar system. This unit will track an already detected target, use detector or radar to detect in the first place. This provides velocity information for the target and as such improves firing accuracy. I think what we're going to do is we're going to build a detector and a radar on this side. So, let's go down. Where's the AI mainframe? There's... What on earth is this? Fortress control card. Ah, right, I see. I was in the wrong place. There we go. And let's build this up there. Now we've got 2 connectors. We can add a radar system here, facing forward, and we'll start seeing pings coming out from that now, every now and then. Let's just actually make sure it's connected to the mainframe. Range 400. Is it connected to the mainframe? Yes, it's all connected to the mainframe. And next we want a tracker. So we've placed that there. That little thing now will... If an enemy shows up, no mainframe connection. Ah, it needs to be connected underneath. Okay. Is that the same with the radar as well? Probably is. Okay. Let me correct that then. Nope. Damn it. There we go. And over on this side as well. We'll build this out like so. There we are. Now I should be able to connect the radar there and the tracker over here. There we are. I can see the pings of the radar coming off now. Right, the tracker will only actually do anything if there's something there for it to track. But now we have an AI weapons controller, we can do a few things with it. Ooh, it's controlling one weapon. Good. Right, we can tell it minimum range to engage so that we can increase minimum maximum range so we can increase its accuracy. I'm going to reduce this enormously because I don't think our weapon can even hit most things at that range until we give it a bigger barrel. So we'll say, well, the tracker is only going to be able to engage below 500, so we'll just say around there. So 496 is good enough. Minimum altitude, you can tell it's basically to attack things in the water, things in the sky specifically. Good for if you're building a specific AA gun. It can shoot as fast as it possibly can. Yep, I'm actually happy with that. Okay, so now our fortress is able to defend itself. I'm very pleased. My little ship over there is not so very pleased. But I'm thinking that we have actually spent quite a bit of time in the game. We didn't get to show off all of the stuff that I wanted to show. And part of that is going to different areas. I guess I can show that off quite quickly. We've got another attack fleet coming on its way, but we're going to go over here and we're going to show off the AI actually fighting things. So we're going to engage this area. I'm going to take my, well, no, I don't really want to bring this. I would like to bring my fortress. Aha! I'm going to need to add fortress control, because otherwise, how on earth am I going to steer it over there? So we want to go to control. Where is fortress controller? There we go. Now, I want to build this up where it's fairly protected, though this isn't especially protected. We'll place it there. There we are. Now, if I go to engage another area, like this one, I can bring along my starting fortress. And this is the starting area. I would like my fortress to start roughly where the resource zone is. And I don't want to spawn it in the air because it'll blow itself up trying to stay there. Right. Now, I'm not going to control my gun. I'm going to let the fortress do its own thing. And we're going to see if it's able to take out the enemy. Ah, I should have had a captain seat. Otherwise, this happens. It just spawns you randomly wherever it can. But the tracker has detected something. As we can see, it's drawing a line to the enemy off in the very far distance. For now, I'm just going to build myself a little seat. I'm also... Have we not got an ammo constructor? Because our ammo is refilled, interestingly. Let me go ahead and build one of those, because it is definitely something we need. We want resource, we want... Where is it? Ammunition processor. And... much with the rest of the ammo things, I'm going to put it behind that defensive wall there. And I am also going to build myself a chair. Let us find captain's chair. Where are you? Chair. I'll place it right there. Perfect. Now, it's going to take a little while for the enemies to reach us, I imagine. And be aware, while I'm jumping around, it's probably not best to be jumping around in front of the gun, because it will shoot you and will kill you fairly easily. But it's going to take a little while for our enemies to get near enough for us to have our weapon open fire. So I'm going to pause the recording here, and I will bring you back when the AI is starting to do its job. Though, actually, before I go, just a little tip. If you're near a weapon that the AI is controlling, like I am now, I can select the weapon. You will override the AI's control, so make sure you're not trying to control the weapon when things are getting close. But I will bring you back in a few moments. And welcome back. As you can see, the AI has already started to engage this particular vessel. It is trying to counter-attack right now. The blue lines you can see are the trackers, both from the enemy and this one specifically from my vessel. So the moment this one came into range of it, it has for some reason been decided that this is the highest priority target. So the AI is now trying to attack that one specifically. And to be honest, if it can get in one good hit, it'll probably take it out. But it's actually quite good to look at the little enemy vessels because... quite honestly, they're tiny, and yet they seem to do okay. I mean, it's not going to last long. One good hit will probably blow the whole thing up, but looks like my gun has run out of its internal ammo stores. Ooh, that one was good, but it rebounded. And the three of them together are doing a fair little bit of damage. But there we go. I think it's almost hit its fuel supply there. Yeah, we've taken out a fair chunk there. Is the gun still facing this one? Yes, it is. I doubt this one's going to last for much longer. As you can see, the AI is a hell of a lot better at aiming. There we go. Well, having said that, shots will skim the water, by the way. The physics, the realism in the physics is actually pretty good. If you fire a shot at a low enough angle, at a high enough speed, it will skim across the surface of the water for a little way. You'll also see missiles doing that quite a lot as well. There we go. That's one down. Now the gun should be retargeting. No, is it still firing on that one? Have we not killed it yet? Oh, maybe it's still enough there. What is left of this little vessel? The AI is still there. How it's still there, I'm not sure. In fact, I'm fairly certain it shouldn't still be there. Is this going to turn around and engage? No? Have we run out of ammo? Oh, that would be particularly bad. Let me swap back to my main character. Oh, no, there we are. Ah, okay, so the turret isn't allowing it to rotate, and that is almost certainly because of all the crap that I've built around the bottom of it. Okay, that is a bit of a design flaw. I'm going to have to rectify that, I feel. But that's not too much of a problem for the AI, because I can set it up with wireless connectors. The main thing is getting the AI control underneath, or a little bit lower down, I think. Once we can do that, it should all work out for us. But I'm going to go back and have a look at how our AI is doing against these vessels, now that they're actually in the right position for it to attack. In fact, actually, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to join the fight, because we do actually have a weapon. We can fight. I've got a little mace on my arm, over there. So if I can get over to the enemy there, my repair tentacles are trying to help out as much as they can. Actually, before we leave this vessel, let me build one or two more things that are going to be especially useful. We want... would it be in miscellaneous, perhaps? We want repair robots. Let's see. Where will you be? Strategic antenna. No, that's not what we want. Repair bot. Okay. Now, I'm going to build a couple of these just down the middle here. And they will go out and they will try to fix the ship when there is damage to it. So that should work. I'm not sure if they'll spawn there, because I think they may have to already be in the game in order to spawn. Sorry, already built when you enter a region for them to spawn properly. Rocket feet, come on. Up, 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 and away. Ha-ha! I'm here to do damage to you. I'm going to try and stay behind your weapons, though. Now, let's see. I've also got my pistol. I can just shoot at you if I really want to. But I would probably... actually, yeah, I'm just going to shoot at your AI with my pistol. There we go. That's one block taken out. Let's continue this. See if we can't properly break you. I could be attacking you with my mace arm, but honestly... oh, really? Did I have to miss that? I probably could equip a blunderbuss as well. Ooh, almost getting shot off. There's grenade launchers. In fact, if we go to my character sheet, may be able to unlock a blunderbuss or an SMG. I'll go with the blunderbuss. It'll only cost 2 points. And I've got more than enough item points to do. So I'm going to unlock that blunderbuss, and I'm going to push this down there. We go. Let's go to 3 for the blunderbuss, and kapow! Oh, that's much better. You're gone. You shouldn't have let me aboard. Now I'm just going to take you apart from the... well, from behind, I guess. Oh, I just killed myself. Damn it! That shouldn't have been as much of a surprise to me as it was. Pro tip, do not blunderbuss someone's ammo supplies when you're standing right there. But okay, I'm going to respawn on my vessel. Ah, damn it. Oh well, it looks like the AI has finally killed the other components, and there we go. Haha! Ooh, I've got quite a lot of momentum there. Okay. My god, that's bigger than I thought it would be. Did I really need that much room to respawn in? I think that's a bit more luxury than I required. But okay, that worked out, and we've claimed this region for our own. Now, I could set up a little fortress, and if I do record more of this game, or I'm probably going to stream it almost certainly. I'm not sure if I'll record it, but I would set up a fortress here, and this would be a little outpost. I'd give it some AI, I'd give it an ability to repair itself. All would, in fact, be well. But that is the end for this little first taste, I think. So we're going to save the game there. You can't save in the middle of fighting. Oh, I've already got one there. We'll save over that. There we go. Right, return to main menu. So there we have it. That is the first taste for From the Depths. We didn't get to cover as much ground as I would have liked. We didn't even touch on air. We haven't even come close to touching on shielding or any of the awesome things you can do. We didn't even take a look at missiles. But there is a lot that you can do in this game, and it was kind of an inevitability that there would be quite a lot of things that I wouldn't be able to cover in just a first taste episode, even when I used 2 episodes in order to do it. But suffice to say, there are a lot of things with weapons that I haven't covered. I've really barely scratched the surface by just checking out the drill and the customizable cannon. As I've mentioned, you can do missiles, you can make torpedoes, which are missiles with propellers instead of thrusters. You can make custom laser builds, which are enormous structures and take quite a lot of power, but are amazingly cool. And you can do this in different mediums. Like I said, we haven't even touched on air. You can have a flying laser fortress, or in fact, if you make it powerful enough to go high enough up, you can have an orbital laser satellite. And that, if I did stream this or make a let's play of this, that would probably be a fairly high priority on my list of things to try and achieve, is to make an orbital laser satellite that I can just send to a region and ion cannon everyone until it belongs to me. But that is it for this game. Again, similar to Robocraft, similar to Minecraft in a way as well. This is basically Robocraft with an open world sandbox. In a, well, not quite as sandboxy considering it is a campaign, but near as damn it in my opinion. And if you like Robocraft, if you like Minecraft, if you like similar sorts of games, you will probably enjoy this one. If you like both Minecraft and Robocraft, the 2 games that I think this has the most in common with, then I feel that there's a very good chance that you would find this game as enjoyable as I do and lose as many hours to it as I have lost. But that is it for the first taste videos. I do hope that this has given you enough of an idea of whether you'd like to try out the game yourself, and perhaps there will be more videos to come in the future. But that is it from me. So once again, I do hope you've enjoyed. I hope you will be joining me for the next. I'm not sure what game I might first taste next, or what video might next be uploaded. But until then, and as always, do take care.